Hey everybody, this is Gil69 on the PlayStation Network. I'm also on Facebook, The Black Phantom, so come on down and you can post videos, just talk the stuff about Dark Souls stuff. Anyway, so this is the North American beta on Dark Souls 2. Right there I was just trying my PS4 controller, and as you could see, it didn't work. Anyways, I want you to listen to this. Nobody really shows the NPC dialogue, so see what happens.
My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drang Lake's been a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea. Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you Everyone's so stingy around here. Everyone's so stingy everywhere. You're my only customer. Don't make me beg. Now buy something. Everyone's so.
So the one thing here I like what she was talking about was the giants crossing the sea. And as we know, the new directors want to incorporate the sea in this game. So hopefully there'll be some giant monsters to fight over there. So since this playthrough is going to be pure mage, haven't seen too many mage playthroughs so far on any of the YouTube videos, and I figured I'd buy this ring. At first I thought it was going to help me out with magic damage, but it just turns out it's defensive. But I was still, even though it was just defensive, I was still gung-ho on just buying it. Also for the skeleton boss, the three skeletons that when you kill the wheel skeletons and the normal skeletons resurrect, and thought maybe I'd need a little defense there since that looked like it'd be the toughest spot. So it cost me all my $5,000 in souls. In retrospect, the ring never did help me out too much. So I wish I kind of poured it all into Intel. I do know that from previous videos that the holding the catalyst now in both hands grants you a magic bonus damage, and also you can aim, so I wanted to play with that. My previous experiences on Dark Souls and Demon Souls are quite extensive, probably around 2,000 hours on each, if not over. And on Demon Souls specifically, I like to play as a hyper mage at low soul levels, soul level 20, like fifth playthrough, sixth playthrough kind of stuff. So I know what I'm doing. I sort of, after playing 3 hours this, I kind of wanted to get away from the mage because I needed that extra space. Didn't realize that the enemies were going to be that aggroed so quickly and just jump right on top of you. But hopefully you guys enjoy what you see. If you have any questions or like that, you can leave me a message. I know with this new Google Plus thing, things are kind of fucked up for a while. But see if you can anyways. Tell me if you like it, don't like it, whatever the case is. If not, just enjoy. I'll chime in here and there when I think there needs to be. Right here, just getting rid of the healing spell because it is a miracle and I want to see the pyro in action. The interface I found quite confusing. There was there was no explanation really on anything unless you use the help button. I don't know how they're going to make this easier for these so-called newer players to be coming on. Even still to this day with Demon Souls, after so many hours and teaching so many people, I still don't know 100% of the ins and outs on the interface. So they got to really improve on that if they want to attract new people. And they said this is supposed to be a AAA game, they said, in quotations. Like, yeah, this is just I just got so lost in this thing many times. But I did edit a lot of it out to have about a 3 hour clip, and I got most of it down to about an hour and a half. So hopefully you guys can bear that. So here I'm starting to wonder, is my shield 100% defense? Because I notice I'm taking a couple of slashes right through my shield. In this playthrough here, I'm not going to be killing every single enemy, since spells are kind of hard to come by. I understand there is no other spells to find in the game. There is a miracle you can find, so you have to conserve the spells a little bit. So I do want to get my other weapon going. Now here it didn't take too long to get my first death out of the way. I was kind of dumbfounded actually on how slow the buttons seemed to be when I wanted to cast a spell. It took that extra second. But a good thing about it though is that I found with most spells, if not all the spells, you can move at the time of your casting. So if you found yourself a little bit in harm's way, and with a little bit of experience underneath your belt, you should be able to avoid most of the attacks. As you guys know, Dark Souls, I think every single spell except one, and Demon Souls was the same way, except with Fire Spray you can move while you're casting. So hopefully this will make a big change if you can move a little bit. Now, I've seen quite a bit of YouTube videos, so I knew where to go. I didn't know where each boss was, but I knew what the bosses were all about. Didn't know where all the secrets were. That's where I died, was the hard to get loot. And as we all know, in the Soul series, the loot is very enticing. So I died quite a few stupid deaths at trying to get loot. And of course we all want to know where the secrets are, the secret doors and all that stuff. So I spent quite a bit of time, smashing on walls and all that good stuff. And I did find a couple of secrets. As you see here, I'm starting to find my range a little bit on the magic. That Soul Greatsword was probably my favorite spell. I really did like aiming in with the Soul Arrow, because you could do that from quite a far distance, as I demonstrate that. And I'm just talking with Cobbs here, just telling him that the buttons are very unresponsive, and that I find it's causing a lot of my damage. I was getting a little upset at myself for doing some stupid mistakes, but then again, the game did throw us a bone. It was, all those crystals, those healing crystals, were like grasses in Demon Souls, and I think I had 25 of them at one time, and I really do hope that they quiet that down for the final product. So I knew I needed this loot over here because I had to deal with mages. That replenishes a little bit of your spells. Don't know by how much. I only tested them out a couple of times because I use the bonfires quite often. And here I had that sneaky suspicion that was a secret door, but it didn't break. So I figured, you'll eventually run into it on the other end. And I wanted to try everything. I wanted to try messaging. I wanted to try summoning. I wanted to try invading. But 3 hours just wasn't enough. This was actually the fourth beta test and the first for the majority of the people in North America. I'm not going to get into how unfair I found that. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just glad I was on. But I felt 3 hours wasn't enough, and hopefully there might be they give this beta out as a demo, even if it's offline. That would be great, just to get used to the controls a little bit more and the interface again. Now, all this commentary is post editing, so you're not going to get my immediate reactions on everything, because I've had a couple of days to watch this. Now here I'm wondering what this is what I was talking about for the people that got the beta right away, the first round. They were able to go through the whole game, or majority of the game, require the red soapstone or the red eye stone, whatever, and then lay it down near the beginning of it. And so what was I going to do? Was I going to summon that guy and he had the best equipment at the end of the game? So I didn't like that kind of idea, that some people could invade you with end game equipment and stuff like that. This is the shit that they're supposed to be getting rid of. And there, boom, you can see right away that nothing's going to change really. So there was no way I was going to start summoning phantoms into my world. Red phantoms, at least. I'm not even going to get into the white phantoms and what a joke that was. So here I'm just testing out the jump features. It's kind of funny how they make it look like you can jump up there, so anybody with OCD is going to be spending hours and hours trying to jump to every single small ledge, maybe even trying to get outside the map, as we had a lot of videos on both Demons and Dark. There's I was just checking out the shield again. It's a really cool looking shield, but I think I had 70 defense. Yeah, so I realized right there that I had to get rid of that ASAP. And having the dagger, it was just... I knew I was in for a world of hurt in here. But beautiful aesthetics though, beautiful game. I turned up my brightness to 10. I knew from ahead of time that... from other videos that if they didn't do that, it was hard to record and hard to see in the dark. So I turned it up to 10 and found no problems with the darkness whatsoever. Here I'm having troubles opening the door. Thought this was kind of a shitty gimmick. I think I saw German Spy's video that he just put out that you can't even break the door with a large sword, so we have to figure that one out. So here I knew the ring was just around the corner, my defense ring, and I figured if I just started it right there, I would just knock him off the ledge, but I was a little bit too late on that one. And here's a little, watch that, you see I hit him with the second swing on that magic. I did that a couple of times throughout the game. So just as long as I got, if I raise my poise, I could still carry on with that magic spell. And two-handing that and also R chewing it charges it up, and you get